Melody Shari, her upcoming Winter Wonderland event for 2025. And even her time in the kitchen cooking for her 4 little nuggets. Trust me, you'll want to hear every single bit of this because there's some sweet family moments, some hints about what's next for her, and some fun shade we can all pick up on if we're paying attention. So Melody went live, and the vibe was all about positivity, good food, and sharing her plans with her fans. Melody laughed and said she'd have to make another one next week because her kids, her famous for nuggets, had already been on TikTok Live talking about coming over to get some. That's where the family side of Mel always shines. She might be a businesswoman, a reality TV star, and an event planner. But she's also a mom who loves to make her kids happy. And speaking of big plans, that's when she let it slip about. The Winter Wonderland event for 2025. Now, if you've been following her journey on Love and Marriage, Huntsville, you know Melody doesn't just throw something together. She creates an experience. This event already has fans buzzing because it sounds like it's going to be a mix of elegance, holiday magic, and community connection. We've seen in past seasons how much she pours into making her projects a success, whether it's a music release, a speaking engagement, or a public celebration. And this is happening while the rest of the cast Martell Holt, Kimmy Scott, Morris Scott, Marsa Scott, Letitia Scott, and even Stormy Steele are dealing with their own drama, their own projects, and their own public images. It's interesting to see Melody focusing on something so joyful and family-oriented, while a lot of the others are wrapped up in shade and conflict. But that's the thing about her. She knows when to give the audience drama for the cameras and when to give them warmth in real life.
Okay.
And in this live, she gave us nothing but warmth. Still, if you read between the lines, there's always a little spice. By putting her event announcement out there now, months ahead of time, she's setting the tone for how she wants her narrative to look going into the next season. We all know Martell has had his share of ups and downs, and fans still talk about whether he and Melody will ever be able to truly co-parent without drama. Then there's Kimmy and Morris dealing with health battles and relationship discussions. And Marsa and Letitia, who always find themselves at the center of speculation about their marriage and business ventures. Even Stormy has been navigating rumors about her products and personal life. All of that makes Melody's focus on her event and her kids stand out even more. She's clearly positioning herself as the calm in the storm, and moments like her laughing about cooking for her nuggets just reinforce that image. She could have easily kept her life short, but instead she let people into her process, even flipping the camera around to show her work. That's the kind of connection fans love. They feel like they're in her kitchen, chatting with her like an old friend. And by the time the pot pie was in the oven, you could feel the excitement, not just for the food, but for the fact that Melody is thriving. She's cooking, she's planning, she's smiling, and she's letting her supporters know that no matter what's going on in the show, she's still building her own lane. That's why I'm telling you, stay tuned until the end of this video, because in just a minute we're going to break down exactly why the Winter Wonderland event could be the most talked about thing she's done since her music release, and why it might even overshadow some of the Lamb drama next season. So don't click away, because while Martell and Arrion are out here acting like lovebirds, posting these cute lil couple selfies and dropping cryptic captions about loyalty and real love, people are not forgetting the years of drama that brought us here. And apparently, neither are some of the cast members. Let's talk about Kimmy Scott, because, when I tell you this woman knows how to throw the most polite shade you will ever see, I mean it. Kimmy went live with her followers earlier this week. While she was answering questions about her health, her family, and filming, somebody slid into the comments with that question, Kimmy, how do you feel about Martell and Arrion going public with their relationship? Kimmy's face, y'all, I wish I could bottle that facial expression and sell it because it was pure gold. She gave a long pause, sipped her drink, looked straight into the camera and said, well, people make choices. And choices come with consequences. That's all I'll say about that. Now y'all know that's Kimmy speak for I. Have a lot more to say, but I'm not about to mess up my check. But here's the kicker. Right after Kimmy's live ended, Carlos King himself decided to hop on Instagram stories. And instead of addressing the Martell and Arrion situation head on, he posted a black screen with the words, "Some folks want the spotlight until it gets too hot. No names, no tags. But you can't tell me that wasn't a subliminal aimed somewhere in this situation?" The timing was just too perfect. And here's where it gets juicy. I spoke to one insider who told me that producers for Love and Marriage, Huntsville, are split on whether Arrioni should finally be brought onto the show. Apparently, Martell is pushing for it hard, saying it would be his truth and time for her side to be heard. Other cast members, allegedly including Kimmy and Letitia, are not having it. The insider told me if Arrioni comes on, it changes the whole dynamic of the show. Some people will walk, others will stay for the drama, but nobody's going to pretend it's business as usual. So now the big question is this relationship just Martell living his best life? Or is it a setup for the biggest lamb season twist ever? Because y'all, Owen lets Arrioni in front of those cameras, it's going to be chaos. I'm talking friendships ending, social media wars, and the kind of messy reunion episode that trends for days. If you want, I can keep going into the fan reactions, Letitia's subtle Instagram likes, and Melody's quiet but pointed response, which will take the tension even higher. That's where the real popcorn moment is coming.